Hi, I'm Steph Ritz. Welcome to day 29 of our 30-day writing challenge. Today's question is, what terms accurately describe where you've been and what you're doing in a way that makes sense to your community? So I personally have really struggled with titles and terminology and what to call myself since moving online 3.5 or so years ago. I have called myself a ghostwriter. I have called myself a copywriter. I've called myself a marketer. I've called myself a content brander. I've called myself a voice brander. I can just keep going on. They all are kind of meaningless because I do all of it. So how can you pick one phrase when you do it all? And when the industry looks at these as all different things and you only see it as one project, that's where it's been really tricky for me. So last year I walked into an event. I came in a few minutes late because I was working with one of the other staff members privately before coming back to the event, right? Walk in and they're in the middle of an exercise introducing themselves to the room through a metaphor. So the metaphor, and I walked in, put on the spotlight, never even sat down, just welcome Steph, introduce yourself, pick a metaphor, go. And what came out was a metaphor of a tapestry, of weaving your words, pulling your thought threads out and weaving your words together to create an entire image and a story. You see, those old tapestries, they always showed, often like if you go to the cloisters in New York, you see the unicorns and you see the men in armor in these gorgeous old tapestries. And what I see when I look at those is that everything about these tapestries inspires strength, and yet it reflects grace in everything that's there. And so the way that I look at word weaving and story pulling and your thought threads is similar to creating a tapestry, something that seems like it's just black or white or yellow or red. But as soon as they start coming together, it becomes a kaleidoscope of color, of understanding, and a true message can come through what was just once wisps of thought. So what is it that you do? And where have you been? And how did the terms that make sense with that come together to explain who you are in a way that makes sense to your community? Again, I'm Steph Ritz. Give this video a like. Give a comment to let me know what's coming up for you as we come near the end of this challenge. And just write, write, write.